Welcome to Mommy Issues, a podcast where an ex-reality TV star mom
and her reality TV loving daughter
bridge the gap between their generations through celeb news, all things Bravo,
and their own personal mommy issues.
This is how I'm recording today.
Wow, you really did a number on yourself. By the way, this was in my car. Do you need this?
No, that one's broken.
Oh, I've been holding on. That for entirely too long. Wow.
Yeah,
You're
things
not okay.
are not good. Not good. Which is funny because I had a whole highlights and lowlights of this week, casual little things. Obviously, things have changed since last night.
You have different highlights.
Different highlights, more specifically, different lowlights. Hello, everybody. If you are not watching on YouTube,
you are Stevie Wonder.
I am Stevie Wonder right now. I've got a pair of sunglasses on because your girl could not get it together today.
Could not.
Because your girl is hung over. Is that a glass of wine? How dare you do this? How dare you
I've been
bring that?
Doing nothing but working this weekend, and I missed a friend's birthday party, and I kind of sick. I just spit. Kind of sick, so
okay. Well,
I deserve a little break.
Listen, totally. Just don't maybe do it off camera for my benefit.
Water too.
Nice.
I'm such a water person now.
I'm really proud of you.
You could become a water person. It's crazy.
You can learn new things. You can learn new things. Anyways, yeah, I was gonna go into some highlights and lowlights. I had a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna start with my lowlight. Okay.
Just say your lowlight. Yeah.
It was gonna be that you were an absolute bitch to me this week, but not gonna even get into that anymore because I don't even care anymore.
Don't get into it because we don't want to disclose that stuff.
Right.
Not because of whatever, but
But you admit that you were a bitch.
Not really.
You were a little bit of a bitch.
I wasn't really a bitch. I was just, you need to understand that sometimes, there are things that have a sense of urgency, especially when you have God knows how much time on this planet left. And, just want to make people happy while you can.
Okay. Let's not get into it. You're going to make me mad. Okay. my low light is this. Last night had a great night. It was only at the end. It was our friend's birthday. It was great. We went to this Italian restaurant. We did it last year. It was at the same spot. Last year I was pregnant, and it's Italian food. It's also he has oysters. There's caviar. There's just a bunch of.
Whose birthday was it?
Do you know Graham?
Yes.
Graham? Yeah, he was at the baptism. It was his birthday, and he does it at this place every year.
Did he go back with the girl?
No, you're thinking of somebody else.
Oh.
Whatever. It's fun. It was great. And I think I think the issue is when you decide to get drunk, that's where things go wrong. If it kind of happens on its own, that's great.
You decide to get drunk?
I decided that night, I was like, I'm going to have a good night. I'm going to have a drink. I'm going to have wine. I'm going to eat well. I was just I'm going to go for it because I think I've been wanting to just have a night, just have a night. And I was like, this is the night. It's dinner. It's safe, it's whatever.
And you had the night nurse lady?
Yeah. We had the babysitter, which by the way, that is the last time we're using her. Not for anything, whatever. It was just so much money. And we went to dinner in West Hollywood. So so that was the last time. Anyways, decided that I was going to get drunk. And let me tell you how this night started off. We get to the dinner, it was dinner and they have a bar there. So it's 7:30 is drinks. And then at 8:30 dinner starts. Okay. I'm sitting at the table with a friend. We're talking. There's this huge bay window. And this is a street level restaurant. It's just looking out to kind of a busy street. John Liam went outside with the birthday boy and this other guy for 10 minutes. And I hear the loudest noise ever. And then I see this huge truck up on the sidewalk. And because of where I was like sitting at the table, there was a pillar that was hiding John Liam and his friends and stuff. So all I heard was a boom,
no.
and then the truck, and I was like, "Oh, John Liam's dead. Like, there's no way that he's not dead."
Oh my God. Because he told me when he texted me that it was awful that you had panic attacks and you were throwing up and.
Oh, well,
I'm sorry, but
that's a different part. That's a different part of the story. I'm just telling you how it started. Okay. So it started with this car crash that was insane. Run outside. Johnny was totally fine. It's this car that he hit is wrecked, whatever. Started with a very scary car crash, and everyone was like on edge. So when everybody came back inside the restaurant, we were like, we're all drinking. We need to like forget this trauma. So I had decided to get drunk, plus trauma is more drinking, whatever.
Right.
Have a lovely time at this dinner. Honestly, didn't drink that much. I had 2 tequila sodas, which is not that crazy, and I had 2 glasses of wine. They weren't like big glasses of wine. They were normal glasses of wine. But the issue was I did not eat that much because I was talking. I was the social butterfly.
Talk. Were you sitting in the center
kind of like of the table?
Let me tell you,
of the table.
Did you choose it or did they choose it?
No, I chose it because guess what? Okay. I think very highly of myself.
You knew you could carry it.
By the way, I did. Okay.
You did. Okay. Because I find it really rude for people who don't have the capacity to be in that role to take that seat. That seat is a responsibility.
It is. Well, you've seen that Larry David episode, the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode.
Yes, of course.
It's that I always think about that, but whatever. We had a friend who was sitting at the center of the table when we got there, and I love this guy, so I'm like, oh, I'm sitting like across from you. So it was also very like play it cool, okay,
right.
So have a great time. Did not eat that much because I was chatting away, okay, and then at the end of the night, John Liam calls an Uber. It's 11:30 again, not really finishing that late. 11:30, John Liam called the Uber. He's like, it's outside. I'm like, great. I'm saying my goodbyes. And I get out the door, and some guy who was at the dinner smoking a joint outside, and me and my like buzz state, and I'm like,
you never even liked that. You used to, and then you stopped completely.
Exactly. I have not smoked weed since October 2021. Keep that in mind, okay? And I was like, in passing, I'm like, oh, here, this was what my low light was going to be. I stopped breastfeeding on Monday. It's not a low light. It's a low light and a highlight, but it's like, it's officially done. So it's been, it was a little tough for me, but whatever. I see this guy smoking a joint, and in my like, a little drunken stupor, I'm like, oh, I can have a joint. I can have a little puff of a joint now because this girl's not feeding off of me anymore. THC stays in your system for 6 days, so you can't, touch the stuff with your breastfeeding. I was like, oh, let me take a puff. Take 2 hits.
You know who the guy is?
I know who the guy is. It's not. It's not like it wasn't a random ass person, but it doesn't matter. I shouldn't have done that. That was insane. Right. And so I get into the Uber, and then it all starts coming together for me. I'm like,
immediately,
mommy, it was so bad. I'm in the car with John Liam, and I'm texting him, and I'm saying like,
because he's in the front.
No, he's next to me. I can't even talk because I am paralyzed with anxiety.
Everything that had happened just hit you.
No, it was just like, it wasn't everything at the dinner. I started thinking like, first of all, we have to relieve the nanny. I am so out of my mind, drunk and high right now. It wasn't drunk. It was crossfaded. Do you know what crossfaded is?
Yes.
I was so crossfaded, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to have a conversation with this babysitter. So I told John Liam, I'm like, no. Oh my God, no. So I tell John Liam, I'm like, I'm going to run inside and go to the bathroom. You need to deal with it. I cannot even talk to her. I can't even look at her. Then also I go to my nanny cam thing, or like the whatever, to look at Lola when I'm in the car, thinking she's dead asleep. Mommy, this girl is eyes open, holding her tete like this, and just looking at the camera. And like
when are you coming home?
Like not even blinking. And then like every once in a while she would blink, and I was like, she knows that I'm high. Oh my God. She knows that I'm drunk.
Do you have that video
of her doing that?
Yeah.
You think I could get it together enough to record?
No, I don't know. Doesn't that record or no?
Okay. No, not ours. It's annoying, but
okay.
I It was horrifying because I'm like, she knows, whatever. I get home, Jolene handles the thing, whatever. I start just like taking off my makeup. I'm trying to calm down. I get into bed and Jolene like sits and looks at me and I start sobbing. Mommy, it was.
But what made you sob? The lady was gone at this point?
I'm a bad mom. If God forbid something were to happen right now, I would not be able to take care of Lola. And that like freaked me out. I was so out of control.
Like, yeah.
No, he was fine, but it doesn't matter. Like just,
yeah,
it was a very scary feeling to be out of control in a house with a baby. It's not like that can never happen again, is really the moral of the story. But it was hours of panic attacks. I would lie down and I'd start breathing and I would close my eyes and I would start thinking about something bad happening. And I would like almost like throw up because of how much anxiety I was having. Sobbing. John Liam this morning was like, I have never seen you cry like that. That was like the scariest thing.
I wonder what triggered it.
I think because okay, this is what I've come to. Okay. I am a different person. I'm a different person than I was when I used to, drink and go out and smoke weed or whatever. I would be coming home and yeah, if I had a bad night, if I like drank too much or smoked too much or whatever, I would be like, this sucks. Tomorrow's going to suck. Maybe the next day will even suck, but it's okay. I did it to myself. I don't have to worry about anybody else but myself. It was the idea. It wasn't even the idea of waking up and having to take care of Lola. It was the waking up and knowing that I couldn't, no matter what, I couldn't. Like, I couldn't do anything. She started crying and I was going to go in there, like, because
she wanted to see you.
Yeah. And so I like go and I just like was about to pick her up and I was like, no, I cannot pick her up right now. I might drop her. Like it was that bad. And it just really, really, really freaked me out. And I've been in like a shame spiral all day. It's been brutal, but whatever. I also think like, unfortunately, it was a lesson that I needed to learn like a hard way, unfortunately.
You need to take off those glasses.
I can't.
You look so crazy.
So, mommy, what is under these glasses is worse. It's not good. Okay.
Did you intend for your low light to be more than half the show?
I'm so sorry, but and what we really should have started with is like breaking news: Tom Schwartz and Ariana.
I know,
but
and
like,
by the way,
we need to start.
I didn't even know anything. I had to really. I said she's gonna talk to me about this, and this is huge.
No, it's huge, but like, it's bigger. Huge. This.
Oh, this is bigger. Yes,
my mental breakdown is bigger. No, okay, that's it. I won't talk about it anymore. But it was. But
okay, we can skip my highlights and lowlights because I don't really.
Okay, good. But how good did I look last night? Did you see my photos?
I did. You look great, and you look like you were having a great time.
I had a great time. I really had a great time up until the last second. It was when I walked out.
Pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. You can never take whenever you're gonna do. You're like, I'm feeling good. This is great. Whatever.
Yeah.
Don't just do that extra.
No,
don't do that extra.
Don't ever do that.
Never do that.
So stupid. I told Lola today. I explained it all to her. I broke it down. I was like, look.
You broke it down.
This is what you don't do. Okay. Okay. Let's just get right into what everyone wants to talk about. Okay.
Do you think everybody wants to talk about? I mean, it's everywhere. First of all,
everywhere.
Okay. So I didn't realize that they had been together almost 10 years.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's just give a breakdown here. Tom Sandoval from Vanderpump Rules and Ariana Madix were together for, I think it was like 8.5, 9 years.
No, I've read everything. So 9, almost 10.
9, almost 10 years. Probably one of the most successful relationships on Vanderpump. They're not married. They don't have a kid. It's not like that. They have chosen to be together. They have a house together, whatever.
She didn't want to get married.
She does. No, yeah, which by the way, thank God. Okay. They were together for a long time. And Raquel, who, if you're watching the season of Vanderpump Rules, is actually hooking up with the other Tom Schwartz.
Right. Of Tom, like they're best friends, Tom and Tom, right?
Yep. It turns out Raquel and Tom Sandoval have been having a 7 to 8 month long affair. this entire time.
Let me tell you that. And apparently he had to go on and tell people to stop boycotting
I know the restaurant
and
get closer to your mic, by the way.
Yeah. Can you believe that?
Jesus, you sound so much better like that.
That that people are boycotting like that.
Well, rightfully so. It's like, especially if you're watching this guy on the show, it's his whole life to be working in this business and the restaurant and stuff, and people are mad at him. So they're like, yeah, we don't support you anymore, which means we don't support anything you do.
So they have a reunion coming up.
They're filming the reunion on the 23rd.
And people are
But apparently cameras were still rolling during this whole thing. Like cameras were up when all this stuff broke out. So, which, I mean, this is gonna what see
they
what
say that
show
she's not going to go to the reunion, but that his ego is so huge that he'll show up.
Who you're saying Raquel won't go?
Raquel, they're saying Raquel is not.
I know they say she's gonna like, magically get COVID, but here's the thing. The thing that Dumois just posted is Raquel just hired a new PR team. And they're basically telling her, like, you have to play the victim. You have to say that you were a victim of Tom Sandoval, and
that he told her he was going to leave the other. I mean, come on.
And like took advantage when she was vulnerable and she's very, gullible and all this stuff, whatever. I think
it's up with a lot of people on that show.
Yeah. Well, she used to date James Kennedy, who was toxic and awful. And so she's having her like moment of like, sexual liberation, which I can relate.
I think that, you don't realize this, but Tom Sandoval is almost 40 years old. He's 39.
Oh, I realize that.
The other girl
They've been on the show for a while.
They've, 10 years. Was he ever with Katie?
27.
Who was his first girlfriend?
Kristen Doty.
Kristen. Okay. Right. Okay. So, so 27 and 39, there's a 12-year, there's a 27 and 39. There's a 12 year age difference. The other Ariana,
mm-hmm.
She mustn't feel great. She gave 9-10 years to this guy, important years.
And there was also a rumor that they were each other's beards, because there have been rumors that Ariana is actually a lesbian, and I mean Tom Sandoval is gay, but
Sandoval has to be gay.
And if he's not fully gay, if he's not, maybe he's like, a little gay.
I mean, can you be a little gay, like a little pregnant?
Are you kidding? Yes.
Well, nowadays you
can. It's a spectrum.
Look, I don't know. I feel terrible for her, but I
feel terrible for her too. But this is better.
It's going to come out, and we're going to see.
I just can't wait. It's going to be an amazing reunion.
The other thing that I don't know if you know is that Heather Dubrow's daughter is now a son.
Yeah, Ace.
And she posted, she just posted Ace written in the sand, and we love you, Ace, and all this stuff. And it's like, here's where our mommy issues come up. And I'm not going to say you have to stop, covering for me. I don't have an issue with it. I'm just thinking they act so cool about it, and
mm-hmm.
There is no parent. I don't believe that any parent wants that news. Not because there's anything wrong with it, but because
it's going to be hard.
You don't want your child to go through hardships and shit. You just want everything to be, and I don't know. I feel like, I live in a state where it's the most anti-woke state in the world, and I'm very against that it's so anti-woke. But I also think that there's almost like they're rewarding young people. Like 1 in 5 young people are identifying as something other than, or not identifying, or non-binary, or going with they and whatever. And I don't know if that's for real, or they're just having a moment and they say that and then they change their mind. I don't know. I'm glad that they're being so supportive. I would be having a heart attack.
Like, I think it's good. Look, I think her posting about it and being positive about it is also, it's inciting change and like
used to it too.
And it helps people be like, oh, I love Heather Dubrow. Heather Dubrow is okay with her children being transgender.
Is that what she's trying to do? Because other than that, she's a monster.
Well, whatever. Get closer to your mic, first of all.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Other than that, like she's not.
I don't think she's a monster, but
she's not well liked.
To be honest, I can't talk about this.
I know. But like it's not something you want Lola to come up to you and tell you one day. It's not.
I don't think it would make a difference. I think the whole point is for us to live in a world so that when we can post about it, we can talk about it, and it just be like,
no, I wouldn't keep it silent.
No, I'm saying you just keep scrolling. You're unfazed by it. That's the whole point. It's like, it's the way that people want when somebody comes out as gay. Why do they have to come out as gay? You know what I mean? Like, why does a gay person have to come out and a straight person doesn't have to come out? So I think
why is there a women's, National Women's History Month or whatever? There isn't a National Man's History Month. You know what I mean?
Every day is national.
Right. Well, but I mean, women make certain contributions and we didn't have, which is why there's Black History Month and why there is whatever, because we didn't always have certain rights. But I don't know. I'm happy that she has that much support. I just hope. I don't know. I hope that. See, it depends. If like she just told them this weekend, then I think it was a premature thing. If they've been talking about it for a year and whatever, she's identified as transgender. So what does that mean? He is going to, go through that whole thing.
You don't know. There's different ways of being transgender. You don't have to be a post-op transgender person. You can decide that I no longer feel like I am a woman, I'm a man, and then that be it. Or you can like go through procedures and stuff. There's so many different iterations of it. So you don't know. I think I think just posting about it and your parent supporting you publicly when you are a public figure like that is probably the most like amazing thing for Ace, like that is everything.
I would never not support, just so you know. I would never. No, I know.
I know what you're saying.
I would just lose sleep at night.
You're just saying you would be fearful, but the more you would just be fearful. But the more you talk about it outwardly and show support and stuff, there's a chance that you're going to make a difference in somebody's mindset who really admires you and likes you, and is like, well, if they're okay with it, then maybe I'm okay with it. No, that's all it is.
Listen, I watched this movie last night, A Man Named Otto, or Man, whatever. It's the one of Tom Hanks, who's the greatest actor in the world at this moment. And it was such a beautiful movie. I cried like an idiot. And, even there was a transgender boy who had been, like, I don't want to give too much away, but just I like how they're weaving that into everyday, you know what I mean? Like into movies, into shows, because we do need it to be more of a normal thing. I don't know. I don't know.
You get
I don't know
scared.
what to say about it.
Well, then don't say anything at all. If you're uninformed, then shut the fuck up.
All right.
Okay. But also, I wasn't done talking about Tom and Ariana. Nobody wants to talk about Ace and Heather Dubrow's kid.
Why not?
No offense, but because there's bigger news. Like people come here for the real news, the hard hitting stuff, and it's Tom and Ariana. Do you know how Ariana found out that Tom was cheating?
Yes.
How? Tell me.
A nude picture.
Not nude picture. Do you know what it was?
What?
Tom Sandoval took a screen recording of a FaceTime call that he was having with Raquel where she was masturbating. Yep. And that's the video that Ariana saw, and she sent it from her phone to Raquel saying, "You're dead to me." Isn't that the worst way to find out?
The most horrible thing I've ever heard.
I know.
I mean, that's just, oh my God, I didn't know that.
I'm sure that image will live rent free in her head for the next like 10 plus years of her life, unfortunately. But honestly, good riddance. Like, sorry, Tom Sandoval.
I think it's better for her.
Yeah.
He's so whatever. He's
so ugh. And like he just whatever. I still do want to go to Schwartz and Sandy's. The record. That's not going to stop me.
And just,
yeah.
Order a drink called Ariana's Revenge.
Yeah.
Make up a cocktail.
He performed the night that
I know.
whole thing happened, which is wild.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's got some balls. Wow.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, this is all. I cannot wait for it to like unfold.
I'm gonna watch that reunion because
I know you have
Andy's
to.
been telling Lisa Vanderpump that he needs her there, you know,
Absolutely.
that he can't do this alone.
It should also be legally required for every single castmate to be there. Like no one can fake get COVID. No.
So
everyone's got to be there.
Is this girl on that show, the mistress? Yes. Oh, she's on the show too.
She's on the show because she's James Kennedy's ex.
Okay.
They were engaged last season. Yeah, she used to have very long hair. Now she's got like a short little bob.
She looked like a southern kind of whatever. Now she looks kind of more sleek and more.
Yeah. She's definitely glowed up, but yeah, crazy town. I love it. I love it. There were so many tweets of like, check on your Bravo friends. We're overstimulated.
Yeah, let me tell you, people are freak. I've never seen so much on my Instagram about one thing. It's like I was like, Beba's gonna ask me about this.
So you had to read up. I love that you did your homework. A lot. You know who's really excited about this whole Bravo stuff unfolding?
Gotti.
No, Hailey and Selena, because the attention is off of them for 2 seconds.
Oh God.
Because listen, up until this news broke, it was all Selena, Hailey.
I don't remember seeing any of that. It must be this.
It's on TikTok. It's like the whole stuff is on TikTok. There are so many things coming out, mommy, that it is insane. Like the whole narrative is that Hailey Bieber stalked Justin Bieber and then married him. And before I was like, this is so silly. Remember last episode? I was like, I'm honestly team Hailey because I think Selena is being a mean girl by doing all of this stuff.
And I opened your eyes.
You did, but I also was still like, I'm not team anybody. I'm team Selena. It's creepy.
I was team Selena from the beginning.
I know. The videos of Hailey copying every single thing that Selena is doing. It's weird.
It's really weird though. Is she feeling insecure in her relationship? Because
I don't know if she's I mean, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez were each other's first loves. I'm imagining, I don't know if this is true, but I'm imagining they lost their virginities to each other. They were together for a long time, then they broke up, and then they got back together, and then they broke up. It's like that type of thing. It's a lot. And 2 months after he broke up with Selena for the last time, he proposed to Hailey. That's like not a lot of time, you know? And he even mentioned in some interview, he was like, I thought getting married was gonna heal all of my wounds and like fix all my problems, and it did not. And that was like a very hard thing for me to get over. Like it took him a while. And I'm like, that to me is admitting that you you still had feelings for the ex. I don't know. So to me, Hailey is like, I will never be Selena, and that's probably very hard for her.
There you go.
So it's weird. But anyways, before Friday's news broke out of the whole Bravo stuff, this is what had been happening. This is the update that I had written down. Celebrities started unfollowing Hailey Bieber. I guess in support or in solidarity for Selena, or because like the narrative that she was a mean girl and they were like, we don't mess with you.
Right. And also, and messing with somebody who has who's been open about her depression issues and her mental health. Not cool.
Do you want to hear the people who have unfollowed her?
Yeah.
Harry Styles, Lady Gaga, Lana Del Rey.
I unfollowed her. Did you unfollow her?
Absolutely not. I have to be involved with the drama of it all. I need to see what's going on. By the way, she's posting like nothing happened. I think like on a Monday or whatever, she had posted some road product thing or whatever with a song in the story called Calm Down. Have you heard the song? Calm down, whatever. That song became more famous when Selena Gomez did a feature on it. She posted the song without Selena, which to me, I was like, that's saying a lot, girl. Another thing that happened, Justin Bieber canceled his tour, because he's sick and like he's still recovering, but also weird timing. I don't know. Also, Jordan Woods.
That's weird.
Do you remember Jordan Woods? She had a falling out with Kylie Jenner, whatever. She basically supported Selena by putting up a video of her using the lip liner of Rare Beauty.
Yeah.
And then Hailey fled the country. Hailey went to Cabo
without
Justin and was in Cabo with her friends without Justin on Justin Bieber's birthday.
Oh, okay. So
are we headed towards Splitsville? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Hailey going to Cabo during the midst of all this drama is giving Ted Cruz.
During his birthday?
Yeah.
There's something going on there. He's going to end up with Selena Gomez right around the time.
By the way, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Yeah, I can.
Can you get closer to your mic? I know you want to relax on your couch.
It's just that
but if you want to relax on your couch, bring your mic to you. Hold it like a Mariah Carey mic.
Just because I have my shoulder hurts.
Oh, but bring your mic. Listen, get comfortable. I'm in bed. We're all comfy here. But yeah, Hailey going to Cabo is giving Ted Cruz. Remember when Ted Cruz had that whole thing, and then he was like, "Oops, I'm just gonna go to Mexico really quick."
Yeah. No, I think that the thing is that it's her reaction to everything that's happened that's very weird to me, and I think that it has to do with the fact because I mean Hailey doesn't have a lot to be insecure about. She's gorgeous. She's she's tall, blonde, thin, your basic nightmare. You know what I'm saying? That's what she is, and the other one's just cutesy or whatever. Like,
yeah, but
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But Selena Gomez is talent, like she's an actor.
Said that. Go back to our episode I know. With David.
I know. I'm just agreeing with you. You should really take it in for once.
Listen, show me a stunningly beautiful woman, and I'll show you a man that's tired of fucking her.
Oof, Jesus Christ!
It's the truth.
Well, people are saying this is our Jen Aniston and Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. This is our version of it. And God, I don't want anybody to get divorced. Okay. There's kids involved. Just kidding. They are kids. But
I think now it's better now.
If they get divorced and he ends up with Selena Gomez, what do we do? What do you even do with that? I'm going to explode.
I don't know. I think that I think it won't work out.
With Hailey or Selena?
With Selena.
I think you're right. I think it
wouldn't work out because they're different people now.
You know what they need to do?
People. There's a lot of scorched earth,
I think Justin would benefit from doing a trip with Selena. Just do a 3-day trip where you're like, let's see if we can make this work. By the end of that trip, they're going to be like, this is not it. And by the way, it's now officially out of my system because I gave it a shot and I know it won't work. Right. Hailey needs to let that happen. I would never. I think he's going to end up.
It's. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think they're going to break up. Wow. All right.
You heard it here first, guys.
You heard it here first, but you're really obsessed with that, and it's not that interesting.
Are you crazy? It's all anybody wants to talk about. All anybody is going to come here for this week for the podcast is going to be Tom Schwartz.
Well, yeah.
Tom Sandoval, Rihanna, Raquel, Hailey, Selena. That's all anybody wants to talk about here. And if you think people want to talk about Heather Dubrow's kid coming out as transgender, then
I just mentioned it because I saw it.
You need to get your act together.
Okay.
Just another little, this is not Selena, whatever related. I'm just going through my celeb news list here. Zendaya. Did you see Zendaya at the SAG Awards?
I saw something about Zendaya, but no, I didn't see her.
She's back. She's back on the red carpet. She's doing her thing. She looks so good.
Where was she before?
She just, kind of like when there's nothing to promote or anything, you're kind of just hiding away. But she is back on the red carpet doing her thing. And I read that she has just negotiated a new episode contract for Euphoria, where she's going to be getting paid close to $1 million an episode. And that is important during Women's History Month. That's real money.
Yeah.
Okay. What? Good. Before we get into Miami recap, another Bravo thing. Drew from Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I was listening to something Tamara was saying. I didn't even know what that was about.
Drew filed for divorce from her weird ass husband Ralph. You watch Atlanta, right?
And no.
Oh.
And 61 minutes later, she filed. So he filed, and they tried to
I
beat
didn't
each
know
other
that.
to the courthouse. Yeah.
Oh, that's so wow. That's really Oh, this is going to be a bad divorce. This
and
is
then
there
was
really
something about
one.
Peter saying that he didn't. Apparently, they're accusing him of sleeping with Wendy.
What?
Yeah, and isn't Wendy married?
Yes. I actually think that's so. It's Sunday right now, so the Potomac Part 3 reunion is happening tonight, and
Potomac.
I think that's going to be that's going to all come out today. Who knows if that's true? I think Mia is just she's being Larsa, where she's just saying stuff to say stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I'm actually really happy that Drew filed for divorce because I don't think I could have done another season of Atlanta with him gaslighting her and her just being like, la di da, okay. I know you don't watch, but for anybody who does, you feel me. Okay, let's do a Miami recap. Did you watch?
I did.
Oh my gosh.
The finale.
It was a finale.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm so glad it's the finale. I know we got to do reunions and stuff, but like I'm pretty ready for Miami to be over. That's how I felt towards the end of this episode. I was like, I'm good on talking about it.
I just feel that there's been like this. I've never seen a season where you start out feeling one way about people and then end up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's crazy character arc.
Like a metamorphosis of just who's. I mean, everything. It just it's really weird, and I'm curious what's going to happen next season. I'm curious if whatever that's called show, Girls Gone Wild, not Girls Gone Wild, Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, if that's going to cement how we already feel about Alexia and Marisol.
Yeah.
Because it's really, in the end, as horrible as it was what Adriana said, if you've been on social media and whatever, basically people feel that they milked it and that
especially this last episode.
Yeah, there was no reason. There was no reason.
Adriana gave a real heartfelt apology, and to not accept it was like, okay, this is different. There's a different motive here.
Yeah,
and it's the motive we've been talking about. They're trying to push her out.
They're trying to push her out for sure. And I would be more concerned about them staying in than pushing anybody out, because what happens is once you open Pandora's box of letting people know who you really are. So you've been pretending to be somebody and the gig is up. And now you can't put Pandora, back in the box, because this is who you really are. Everything about you, both of them, that's who they are. They are, all of it. Even before, I used to like always joke about Tony Marinero, but I thought he was good for Alexia. I thought he wasn't like dumbs. But when you hear him
dumb.
Yeah. And I realized that they're both envious. They're both flashy and tacky and whatever. That's what they are. Yeah. And so, just even and the day that I realized that about him was when they had the gringo dinner that he attacked Anthony, and he goes, because he's a real lawyer, he doesn't go around suing for broken pipes, and Tony and Anthony just goes, well, I'm sorry to hear that, because
made a great living off of
suing for and by the way, it does not matter what he's doing. He's a litigator. That's what he does, and he's got a ton of lawyers. So I'm just thinking that was so stupid.
It was like he weird.
Should be there. Like I feel like Louis for Teresa is much better than a Todd for Alexia.
I agree.
Calms her and helps her, and he makes her a better person, whether it's real or not real, whether he's doing it for a final payoff, it doesn't matter. He is invested in teaching her to not be so explosive all the time. This guy's doing the opposite, and they feel like it's grasping, they're grasping at straws. Marisol doesn't know what to do anymore. Poor Marisol's husband, I'm sure, is thinking, what the fuck did I do? I mean, I'm not really married. I can get out. You know what I mean? Like, the whole thing.
Wait, did you see that the scene on the way to Gertie's like dinner where it was just silent in the car between Alexia and Marisol? And Marisol turns to Alexia and says, "Are you going to eat tonight?" That was dark. Did you miss that?
No, yeah, she doesn't eat.
No, but that was like, woof, girl. I don't think you wanted that on camera. Okay, let's just go.
I don't think so. I don't think she meant it that way.
are you going to eat tonight? That's a crazy question to ask when you're going to a dinner party. What do you
But
mean?
Marisol never eats.
I
She
know.
only
I'm just
has.
saying this like that's pretty problematic. Like that girl really
Okay.
needs
I
to get
thought
it
you were
together.
saying that she was telling Alexia you shouldn't eat because you're fat.
No,
Oh, okay.
it's Marisol just being like, I feel bad for her, man. I do. Like
For
that's just
Marisol?
yeah, that's just a bad place to be in. If that's what you're asking your friend heading to a dinner party,
They have,
oof.
yeah, but I mean, like, and they just both came out saying that neither one of them is on Ozempic.
I
They had
know.
this whole, I don't
That's
know.
I doubt that
I
that's
honestly
true.
don't. I don't think they are.
I don't think they need to be. I think Marisol's doing just fine not
Well,
eating, I
Marisol's
guess.
fine,
She doesn't need
and
help not eating. She's pretty good at
right,
it.
exactly,
Uh,
and Alexia, I think could
Alexia
probably use
eats. I feel like
right.
Alexia's looks
Yeah,
great. She's
I don't
fine.
think that she would do it. I don't know why. I don't know.
Well, she said she's afraid of needles. So I think
That's not
that's
the
why.
reason. Like you know what I mean. Like, but I
Yeah.
don't think that she's doing it. All right, so I don't know.
Also, Lisa, like I just going through my notes here. Lisa saying in her interview that she had access to Lenny's phone and saw the messages from the girl he was with
She was in
from
denial
a
for a long
while
time.
ago
Yeah, she was in
was
denial.
very a clear indication of like, oh, you actually you knew what
Yeah,
was going on and
yeah,
you didn't want to see it.
yeah.
Not that that makes it okay what he did, but still, I was like, okay,
I mean, look,
interesting.
there is two sides to every story, and I'm telling you that I don't think he's lying when he says she would go out a lot. He works a lot, and she would go out a lot. And now they agreed to do, I think it's this year's,
Halloween party.
yeah, something like that.
Didn't they do it last year?
Or they did it last year.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. But she's dating somebody now, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen the photo, like the videos of the paparazzi waiting outside. Like you're supposed to act like cool, like don't look at the
And she's
paparazzi.
like,
She comes out and it's like it's so funny. It doesn't bother me or anything, but it's kind of whatever. And the guy, I don't know who he is. He's the last name is Glidden. I don't know if he's from the
I
Glidden
don't know.
paint empire or if he's just, whatever. But if he is, he's cute and I mean
Yeah, good
everybody's
for
better
her.
than him.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we pretending that Adriana is JLo? Why are we enabling the delusion
Oh
with
my god, that made me really happy that Emilio wrote
oh
a thing for her and all that.
no,
But
no,
no, because it's not J Lo, but it's
no.
okay. As
But for
far
her to
as
be
Real
talking
Housewives,
about I'm from Brazil and to come here and do my music, it's like it's not music.
okay,
That's not
it's not
music.
music, but in Miami, music is different. There's all this whatever kind of weird sounds and auto tune shit, and anybody can have it if you have the right look. And the song is not bad at all. When you consider it from Money Can Buy You Class, I mean, she can have a cabaret show like Luann, and it would be more.
Mm,
It's just, I don't think it's terrible. Do you think
okay.
it's terrible?
Yes.
I mean, I
And
wouldn't do it.
I think it's just we're enabling delusion and I don't believe in that. I think it's crazy. I don't know why we're pretending this woman is a singer. That's insane. But I guess we did it with Luann, so
We
we
did it
have to
with
do it.
Luann. We did it with the Tardy for the Party. We did
Yeah,
it with
I guess it's
Melissa.
okay. That's
What
true.
was that song of
Gorga.
Melissa's?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's oh God. It makes me cringe. I wanted to fast forward through that whole scene. I was like, Emilio is Stefan. And she's like crying to him and being like, it means so much that you produced this song. Like
But
to
it
me,
probably means
before she got there, he was probably just like, shit, Adriana's coming. We need to put something together. Get a little thing on the piano.
hey,
Get on the piano.
did you see who we saw on this episode of Miami?
Who? Oh yeah, our guy, Peter's dad. Which by the way, that so you're not gonna like this, but whatever. I think the scene between Peter's dad and Peter was important. I think Peter's dad is trying really hard to
I
be a
oh no,
dad.
I like him.
Okay, okay.
No, I
I
just was laughing at how you used to the whole your whole imitation of him calling Alexia to be on Cocaine Cowboys. Do you remember
yeah,
that?
when we watch Cocaine Cowboys and like
You gotta tell
wait,
people.
what's her husband's or her Peter's dad's name?
Peggy. They call
Peggy.
him Peggy.
So if you've seen the Miami cocaine documentary on Netflix, like he is in prison at the time, you know, when he's
and
like
this and Alexia's choker.
Right. And he's wearing a Ralph Lauren polo shirt, like whatever. And so obviously
but it's not rough,
he needed to get he needed to get the shirt from somebody, and and like the way that I was making fun of it because it was insane. It was one of those like polo shirts that has the polo logo that's like the size of my face. It's huge,
like blue
and it was
and
purple
pink, right?
and yeah, it was like very flashy. And so I had this joke saying to my mom that
Housewives coming
he just like would call Alexia and be like, Alexia, you need to get me a polo shirt. I need to look really good. I need it to be the biggest polo brand you've ever seen in your life. Okay. Please, Alexia, I need to look good for this.
Poor guy. No, he just needs to stop doing anything because he just gets himself in trouble. And actually, I don't know. I need to go and look through the court record, not go and look through the court records, but just do a little research because my understanding was that the last time he was in jail wasn't for something to do with cocaine or with drugs. I think it had to do with a younger girl. So I don't know. So if it is, then I can't in good conscience say anything nice about him.
But that whole scene with Peter, like it made me sad for Peter talking about how he had been like he wanted to go to Puerto Rico and like he just wanted to like get away.
Yes.
And to me, I was like, this is what happens when you overstay your welcome in Miami. Like when he was born and raised there and stuff.
It's not only that.
It's Miami's not good for him. It's really not.
And I don't think it's good for him though. What is tell me.
I just think he needs a fresh start. I think he needs to be away from people who know him. And I don't even think like being around his mom is helpful.
Of course not.
Yeah, like I think he just needs to go do his own thing.
But she's not going to allow that because she needs him as a prop. You know what I mean? Next season is going to be about Frankie being independent, which I think is important, and I think it's important to see that transition. But yeah, leave Peter. You know, in the midst of all that, we're going to have some other thing with Peter getting himself in trouble because he's a self-sabotager.
Yeah, it just makes me sad.
And so is his dad. But you know what? It's like, do you think he's ever going to change? It's like, you know, we had a pediatrician, the pediatrician Edelstein used to tell Sylvia would say, do you think little Hector's going to be 6 feet? And he would say to her, Silvia, la mata de coco da coco.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. In other words, you know, Hector Sr. is short, and so it's not going to happen. So I feel that way about, you know, apple tree not far. What are his role models? Yeah. What are his role models?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I think him getting away from Miami and like finding another town to maybe like.
He did that. He was in Paris for a long time.
No, but
he met that girl.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Whatever.
I don't know.
The thing that I loved the most of this episode was Nicole's sit down with her dad and the therapist. I thought that was beautiful.
And
it made me so sad. The therapist was amazing. And it was like such a breakthrough moment for them. Like that really is like in therapy when you're having issues with like your parents or whatever. It's the ability to see your parents as children that changes everything because you start having empathy for them. It's like, oh yeah, I didn't realize that you weren't just my parent. You've had a whole life before, and that has influenced your choices.
And how you parent.
Right, exactly. And I thought it was like so good for her to hear her dad, even though he was saying kind of crazy stuff, but it was good for her to hear it so that she can come to that because I think that's going to change everything for her.
I hope so. I mean, I hope that he can walk her down the aisle, and I hope, I hope we'll get a wedding next season.
Yeah. That'll be wow, I didn't even think about that. Wedding. That's going to be so good. If it's anything like that engagement party, geez Louise. Yeah, that was a great engagement party. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to the reunion.
God, me too.
Even, I think that after the reunion, a lot is going to be left. I mean, we already know. I think everybody's not in a good place.
Yeah.
But after this episode, I kind of saw Larsa making an effort with Adriana.
Yeah. I was shocked that she was like complimenting her. I know she was
If
doing
Alexia
it.
and Marisol, first of all, Lisa is right in the middle. Lisa is, she's friends with everybody and has her own stuff going on, and she's not going to pick a side. I don't see her picking a side. And they're going to be okay with that, but they want Larsa on their side. If Larsa kind of goes to the middle, they're screwed. They need to keep Larsa on the Alexia and Marisol train at all cost.
Yeah.
At all cost.
Listen, they're going to be all just fine, no matter what happens after the reunion, because everyone on that show is desperado and wants to just keep this train moving, the Miami train moving. So that's the truth.
I think it's a good show. I think it's a good show. I'm interested in seeing. I'm actually excited about Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip because that looks crazy.
No, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Okay. Yeah, let's do a quiz and get out of here so I can continue napping.
Yeah. Okay. You go first.
Okay. What's clout bombing?
Clout bombing? God, I've done that. Whenever you use all your contacts to like attack us, like take care of a situation or something. Like it's not like name dropping. It's like I don't know.
That's not it.
That's not it.
That's not a bad guess though.
Right.
Clout bombing is like what I guess it's a term used for when like a magazine does a cover with like 5 to 10 different celebrities, like big celebrities. And it's in order to kind of like appease everybody and make sure that you're not getting canceled by anybody because you're including everybody and you're also getting this fan base. But it's and this fan base.
Clout bombing. I don't know that I would call it clout bombing.
It's clout bombing
because you see in every show now they make sure to have people of all ethnicities, people of all genders. Yeah, people no,
but it's like putting on a magazine cover. Like if Variety put Selena Gomez, Hailey Bieber, Justin, and Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz and Ariana and Raquel and James Kennedy, and they were like, it doesn't matter what side you're on because they're all here.
Right, but I don't know how that's clout.
Clout? Well, do you know what clout is?
Yeah, and I don't see how it applies.
It's just like it's using...
like you're flexing that you can get all those people on one cover.
No, I guess clout is kind of a weird term, but
it's not a weird term. It's the wrong term for what you just explained. I think you need to go back to your homework and we can talk about it next week, or I can just give you the correct.
Well,
all right.
Whatever. It's close enough. You don't have a quiz question. Yeah, don't tell me to do a homework when you don't have one.
Who has been our youngest president? I'm going to give you an easy
one. Obama?
No.
He just looks young, fine as hell.
It's Kennedy. Okay.
It was Kennedy.
Yeah.
Huh.
So which president was also a Hollywood actor?
Oh. Prince Harry.
Prince Harry
I'm just kidding.
Was not president.
I know. Who was
we had a president who was the Republican president who I really liked, even though didn't really care. I just liked him. He was likable.
I'll
give you his nickname. Mm-hmm. No, I mean, it's not your time, but neither was George Washington, and you know about him, and you know about
Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, Quincy Adams, Jackson, Van Buren. I can keep going.
Okay. He was an actor, and his wife was, and they called him the Gipper.
The Gipper.
That was his nickname.
Is this common knowledge? Like, do people know this?
Oh, God, of course. Everyone in the world knows this. Everyone, all your friends included.
I want the first letter.
Okay, and his wife wore red a lot, and she started the whole Say No to Drugs the wear red thing, say no to drugs.
Like his in the last 90s? Name begins.
Huh?
Okay. Last name what?
He had Alzheimer's when he died.
I don't know.
He was shot once
Lincoln.
or twice, but lived. First name with an R, last name with an R.
Robert Rodriguez.
Jeez, it's so bad.
Why don't I know?
Is John Lamberth? Just ask him. Do you know what president we had that was also a Hollywood actor?
He doesn't want to talk to me. Was in many
movies.
John Liam, can you hear me? I'm gonna call him.
Yeah, ask him.
Robert. It's not Robert, right? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He might be putting Lola down. Stand by.
He's ignoring him.
I think he's putting Lola down.
Call Jason Wolf.
Okay, hold on. This is fun for everybody, right? Like to just be listening to silence.
Wrong. It's clout what?
I'm calling Jason.
Clout surfing, clout bombing.
Clout bombing. You're not going to find it on there. No one wants to answer my phone call. Do you think that this is adding to the shame spiral that I'm having from my hangover? That nobody wants to talk to me? Not even my own husband who's in the house?
Call Marie. Or Jack.
Call Marie. Wow,
since
fuck
Marie
everybody
says when I'm wrong about stuff.
God damn it. No one's answering. Just tell me who it is. This has gone on too long. Who is it?
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan. Of course.
Meaningless to you.
Of course, Ronald Reagan. Of course.
You really don't know that?
No, I don't know that. And honestly, I don't care to know it. I don't care to know it. I don't care to know it.
I'm not going to ask you any more politics stuff, but like, that's really basic.
It's not basic. That's not basic. That's just like a random fact.
You guys let us know if it's basic.
Oh,
like, honestly, it's basic.
It's not. All right, guys. Sorry for such a shitty episode. I just don't feel well, you know. But never again. This will never happen again. God, next time I'm gonna show up with like a smoky eye, you know. I'm gonna look my hair's I'm gonna do a blowout. I'm gonna wear like
what does that have to do with this?
I just mean like I just don't feel my best right now. So I need to like come correct.
Next week. Okay. I thought right. So next week you're really gonna bring it. You're gonna clout bomb us.
I'm gonna clout bomb you. Well, don't hold me to it.
That wasn't the right definition of that.
Okay, well, whatever. Okay, follow us on Instagram at Mommy Issues the Pod. Follow me at Bib_Rod. Follow my mom at Anna Cooks QOOKS. What else? That's it.
That's it, guys. I promise we'll do better next time.
We'll try.
No, we talked about a lot of stuff. I think it was good.
Look, I'm just gonna reel you in with the title of this episode so you watch it no matter what.
Look, you know what's important? What's important is that you rallied and
I did it.
You did it. And
there was a chance that I wasn't. Yeah, there was a chance there was going to be no
what
episode
is the, like,
today.
Off the shoulder thing? Is that like on purpose?
I just can't. I can't get it together. I can't even zip this.
Oh, that's bullshit. That's a look.
You want me to zip it up?
You're clout bombing.
Well, I'm really not working with much other than this shoulder right now.
Right. So you figured let's expose it. I could
have given you a necklace of some sort to pair with this shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay. Goodbye. Right. Goodbye.
Love you.
Bye.